It's 360 Sports on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. Good one from Paris 2024 Olympic Games, where we're still searching for our first medal at the Games. We were hoping we could get some medals yesterday night, but at the end of the day, the two finalists won a bronze medal in wrestling and the other one in track, 200 meters women's final, where Favor Philly couldn't get a medal in there. And for Blessing Oburududo, she lost her bronze medal fight to the Chinese ladies. So these are many more on the show this morning. We'll be looking at it and looking at how far, what we are to expect later on today, and where we are going, where we are at the Paris Olympic Games. We are still searching. Team Nigeria still in search for the first medal at the Games, either bronze, silver or gold. Nigeria has none yet, but we're still looking forward to other events that are coming up. We still have the likes of javelin. We have Toby Amuson as we speak. The hurdles are started this morning, and we're looking forward to that. We'll be looking at Samuel Ogazi in the 400 meters final. A couple of other events that will be coming up, and other wrestlers too will be going to the mat today for their own fight. The likes of Adekuroye, Hannah Ruben, Esther Kolawole, all of them will be in action in wrestling today. We've lost one medal already, so we are expecting. We're still hopeful that is in wrestling, and also the weightlifting, they will also be in action. So a lot still going on for Team Nigeria. We're still expecting medal even in the tracks, and also in long jump. We have 3 Nigerians in the finals of long jump: Ese Brume, Rutusoro and co, making it for the very first time. Justina Ochunogo, 3 of them making it to the long jump final. It has never happened in history of Nigeria going to the Olympics. This is the first time we're having 3 Nigerians in long jump event. No matter how it is, we must at least a medal awaits Team Nigeria in long jump. We believe we will get a medal there. With other events, we are still in the canoeing race. Canoe event will be coming up today also. We are still in there, expecting to get something out of that. Cycling also, we're still in need for cycling. All hope is not gone. All hope is not lost for Team Nigeria at the Paris Olympic Games. So let's begin from this particular story. Favor Philly finished 6th in the 200 meters women's final, as Blessing Oburududo missed out on wrestling bronze. Like I said, Favor clocking a time of 22.24 seconds. She ran from lane 9. Gabby Thomas of the United States of America winning that race, beating the 100 meters champion, that is Julian Alfred. For Gabby Thomas, she finished the race in a time of 21.83 seconds to take gold for the United States of America. And for Favor Philly, we are proud of her, finishing 6th in that race, despite she was one of the fastest finishers during the heat, and she was placed on lane 9. Lane 9 is always when you are an athlete, when you understand what it is all about, when you are running from lane 9, and that is what we saw with Favor Philly. She ran from lane 9. Despite that, she was able to finish with a time of 22.24 seconds, season personal best for her. So it shows that yes, she's still young. She's still young, 22 years of age. She still have age on her side. 2-3 years away from now, Favor Philly is going to be taking the world by storm when it comes to 200 meters, and she's also trying out in the 100 meters. So congratulations and kudos to her, even making it to the final. She did well, finishing 6th. We are proud of her, finishing 6th in that race. No matter what it is, we know what happened to her in the 100 meters race. She was not registered for it. All of this, I believe, psychologically, were still running through her mind when in this particular race. But finishing 6th is not a bad one at all. This is her first time running at the Olympics. We still have 2028 to come, when the Olympics will be going on in 2028. By then, Favour Philly will still be representing Nigeria, and we believe even before then in other world championship athletics and what have you, she must just do the nation proud and win us laurels in the 200 meters event. But it was a sad one for Blessing Oburududu. She was a silver medalist in Tokyo 2020, but at the end of the day, she missed out on the bronze medal fight right there in wrestling event. We expected at least for Blessing Oburududu to get that bronze for Team Nigeria, but she lost that fight by 3-0. She lost by 3 points in that fight, and it was not what we expected for an athlete that won us a silver medal in Tokyo 2020. But so far so good. She still did her best. She gave it all. She gave everything she can, but it was not to be her day right there in wrestling. So let's see how far so good. What will happen for other team Nigerian wrestlers, and even our track event. For Favour Philly, she's still in the 4x100 meters race for women, and we'll be looking at that for Favour Philly. All right, let's move away from that story quickly, and you just saw that on the screen. Let's talk about Samuel Ogazi, who will be running in the men's 400 meters final. He broke a record for over 3+ decades, making it to the final in a time of he finished that race in a time of 44.26 seconds to come second behind USA Michael Norman, who won that race, the semi-final race. But for our own Samuel Ogazi, this is a guy that just left the shores of this country just last year, and now he's doing us well. He's doing us proud at the Paris Olympic Games. For Samuel Ogazi, like I said, he produced a season personal best during the heat, 44.41 seconds to finish third, and he got the automatic sport qualifiers. The last Nigerian to actually feature at the 400 meters event final was Innocent Egbunike. That was in Seoul 1988. That is in Korea 1988. So the last time we have an athlete that actually featured at the finals of the 400 meters event was at Seoul 1988. That is about 3 decades plus ago. And now for Samuel Ogazi, he broke that record by getting to the finals of the 400 meters men's event. And now he's brimming with a lot of confidence that yes, he expects to get a medal, either a gold medal, either a bronze medal, or a silver. And that is what we are wishing Samuel Ogazi to at least to do for us tonight when the men's 400 meters finals come calling. So we've lost shot put final, we lost the 200 meters final, we lost a bronze medal fight in wrestling. So we are still expecting a lot to come up for us today. And then we already have 3 Nigerians in long jump. That is Ruth Usoro, Justina Ochunogo, and Ese Brume in the long jump women's final. So we are still expecting to get a medal for Team Nigeria in some of these events that are coming up. For Samuel Ogazi, he said yes, he has the confidence of getting a medal in 400 meters, and I believe with determination and focus, yes, you can achieve anything you want to achieve. And that is what Samuel Ogazi is looking at. He's determined. All he needs right now is our prayers and support here back home, and we'll give him all the support we can give, and then also just cheer him up to victory. Still talking Paris Olympic Games. Let's look at this. Let's go straight to the D Tigress camp. Yes, good news for D Tigress. They started the jubilation for Team Nigeria in Paris when they defeated the Opals of Australia in their first game in the women's basketball. But the good news right now is that they have moved up in the power rankings. They moved 4 places before the start of the basketball event at the games. they were ranked 12th, but right now they've moved up 4 places in that power rankings. They are now ranked 8th. If you can see the power rankings, okay, we'll have it on the screen. US women's team maintains their position in the power ranking. Number 1 team, we have Belgium second with +1 point there. We have France occupying the top position. We have Australia on the 4th position. We have Germany, we have Spain, we have Serbia, and we have Nigeria, who is now ranked 8th in the power rankings. China, the likes of China, Puerto Rico, Canada, and Japan are all behind the D Tigress of Nigeria in that power ranking, which it's a good one for the D Tigress, preparing them ahead for the big one that will be coming up later on tonight in the quarterfinal game against the USA women. We will be looking at that, talking about the D Tigress game against the USA women in our evening show, but this time around they've moved during the release. The rankings were released yesterday evening, and now we are seeing the D Tigress up to 8th position after moving up 4 places in the power rankings of the Olympics event right there in Paris, France. So congratulations to the D Tigress for actually moving up, showing the world, yes, they can do it, becoming the first African country to become the first African country to win an Olympic game. Two at that matter, they became the first African country to win an Olympic game in basketball event, and after that they've taken it a step further, becoming the first African country also to qualify for the quarterfinals of a basketball event in Olympics. In Olympic Games. So we are making history, and if we can beat the United States of America today, then definitely we will find ourselves just in the semi-final, and already we are looking at a medal position if we definitely make it to the semi-final. So all hope is not lost. Everybody's saying yes, the US, we know they are number 1 in the world, but these girls, they play together in the USA. They have, every one of them, most of them are in the same team when playing the basketball competition, that is the Women's National Basketball League in America. So they know it themselves, they know each other, they are conversant, they know their weakness, they know their strength. What the D Tigers just need to do in that game tonight is just to exploit those loopholes, those little loopholes, those little lapses, because when it comes to basketball, the US, the male and female team, wow, they are out of this world. We saw what the male team did to the Brazilian team yesterday, 122 points against 88 points for the Brazilians in the men's basketball event. So, but today we are going to turn the fortunes around and then tell them, yes, we can also hold our own. This is a team that won the Afro Basket on the continent of Africa without losing the game. Coach Rena Wakama is making history. She's just 32 years of age, and she's charging these girls. The likes of Ami Okonkwo is in there, with her Amu Kamara in there. So we are going to see. All they just need to do is to up their games in tonight's game, and then we can get the better of the United States of America. I believe that we can conquer. All right, moving ahead on the still on Paris event, let's look at the medals table for day 12. The medals table for day 12. Let's look at the medals table for day 12. United States of America back to the top of the medals table. We cannot see Nigeria in there, but we'll just look at the 14 teams on the medals table. Nigeria occupies the last position. They are 69th on the medals table. Now we have the United States of America with 24 golds, 31 silver, 31 bronze. In total, they have 86. We have China, who is second with 22 gold, 21 silver, 16 bronze medal, 59 in total. We have Australia in the third position with 14 gold, 12 silver, 9 bronze, 35 in total. We have France on the fourth position with 4 golds, with fourth position with 13 gold, 16 silver, 19 bronze medal, 48 in total. We have Great Britain on the fifth position, 12 gold, 15 silver, 19 bronze, 48 in total. We have South Korea on the sixth position with 11 gold, 8 silver, 7 bronze medal, 26 in total. Japan occupies 7th position with 11 gold medals, 6 silver, 12 bronze, 29 in total. Italy is 8 with 9 gold, 10 silver, 7 bronze, 29 in total. We have Netherlands on the 9th position with 8 golds, 5 silver, 6 bronze, 19 in total. Germany 10, 8 golds, 5 silver, 4 bronze medals, 17 in total. Canada has 6 gold medals with 4 silver, 8 bronze medal, 18 in total. And then we have Ireland on the 12th position with 4 gold, 0 silver, but 3 bronze with 7 in total. We have New Zealand on the 13th position with 3 gold medals, 5 silver, 1 bronze medal, 9 in total. And Hungary on the 14th position with 3 gold, 3 silver, 2 bronze medal, 8 in total. Same number with Sweden with 3 gold, 3 silver, 2 bronze medal, 8 in total. Like I said, Nigeria occupies the bottom of the table with 0 gold, 0 silver, 0 bronze, and 0 in total. Definitely we will be getting it right. We still have, like I said from the beginning, we still have hope if we can actually get some of this final. We have Samuel Ogazi in the final today. We already have Ruth Usoro, Ese Brume, and co in the long jump final. So we are still hopeful that we will get something out of the Paris Olympic Games. Let's quickly take this this break video, that the video you saw from the beginning. Ekanemi Warriors against Abia Warriors in the FA Cup final, and we will be right back to look at Team Nigeria. So far so good. Day 12. What is in there for us? Where are we getting it right, and where are we getting it wrong? We will be right back with this after this video break.
Straight to Halbert sides. Just before this one, Coach Deppelonti, who by the way played and lost in a Federation Cup final back in 1995 with Julius Beckham to BBC Lions. They'll be hoping to seal Abia Warriors' first major silverware as they debut in this final for the very first time, having already won the Abia State FA Cup title. It's the exact same team that got past Canopilas in the semi-finals by penalties. There's absolutely no change. Ali Ishaq, who have been the man in goal in all of their games since the round of 32. A back full Jerry Ogo brings Okoro Collins, or Burike, and Amin Daniel Woodline is dipping midfield, and just before him will be Ojonagwa Adejo and Ayodele Ezekiel. Going forward, Sunday Migwa is the top scorer in this competition for Abia Warriors with 4 goals. Samson Obi has scored twice in the past against El Kanemi in the league. We'll be hoping to replicate that. Incredible scenes right here at Liverpool. Johnson. Kashim Abdul-Salam points to the sports. Nasir Shamiru, such a tricky player, just gliding in between Oburike and Daniel Woodline, and it's a nod from the shoulder to the attacking midfielder. He goes down. The referee was pretty close to the action. Had a pretty good vision on it as well. Huge decision by the referee. Nasir can score his third for El Kanemi Warriors under the Lagos sunshine. James Ali Ishaku, who have been terrific from the Sporting this tournament this season. Big responsibility for the man in jersey number 10. Shocking final finish. Marcelo steps up! Big save by Ishaku! Goes down to his left with a big right hand to parry that away. I talked about it, his being incredible from penalties in the Federation's Cup this season. Yet again he steps up to the plate. Corner whipped into the box. Full up wide for Sulaiman Alabi. Peter players upfield. Mehmet Okigawon looks to come forward. Brilliant defending that time from Usman Abbas. What a moment that was. What a moment. Nasiru Salihu denied from the spot. The Kano State-born midfielder talked about.
All right, welcome back from that video break. It was 1-0 against Abia Warriors. That is the 2024 President FA Cup. One of the good games so we've seen for a very long time when it comes to the President FA Cup, the oldest competition in Nigeria. All right, let's go back to France, and we are looking at Team Nigeria right now. We are focusing on Team Nigeria. So far, so good. We've not gotten any medals at the games, and we are still expecting our first medal. We thought we could get one yesterday night, but we couldn't. But we're still looking forward to other events that are still coming up. We have 88 athletes that are representing Nigeria at the games, and we are showcasing our strength. We went with 12 sports. So out of the 12 sports, no medal yet. And out of the 88 athletes, none has given us a medal. Where are we getting it right, and where are we getting it wrong? Some news, unpleasant news coming in from Paris, France. All right, I have Dan Amasia joining me on the show this morning. Dan, welcome to 360 Sports on Trust TV. It's good to have you. We are focusing on Team Nigeria right now. We've not gotten no medals yet. This is day 12. We can have the medals table back on the screen so that we look at it. We have the likes of Japan, China. I know that we are some of these countries in terms of human resources and what have you. In terms of sport, they are far ahead, but we can still hold our own. We've not gotten any medal at all, and this is day 12. No medal for Team Nigeria. 88 athletes, none of them have given us a medal.
Thank you so much for having me again. I want to appreciate you once again. Good morning to our viewers. Let me state clearly that I'm a little bit surprised that we will not be able to be on the medal table so far, because from all indication, I think we have every opportunity, but at least to have won 1 or 2 medals by now. But sometimes luck is always not on the side. We saw Blessing Okorodudu, who actually had the opportunity of wrapping at least a bronze, but unfortunately, it didn't happen. And of course, we also saw where in the 200 meters, where we saw of a favor of Philly actually coming short of her high standards, where she actually got finishing 6th. That invariably means that she has been knocked off from the medals table. But the question we should be asking ourselves, I remember vividly on this same platform, on this same program, sometime 2-3 weeks back, I said we should try to go back to the drawing board, and not just go back to the drawing board, start trying to emphasize on individual sports. There are over 33 sports that are being competed for in the Olympics, and we just entered for about 12 sports that we qualified for. Now, the question is, there are some sports that, like swimming, we have swimming, we have individual sports, like even in some fields of athletics, where we can be able to get as much medal as we can. But now, our hopes were actually hinged on athletics, tracks and field events, to some extent on wrestling and like I keep on saying, football was actually in a very tight way, so we really not have expected much in that group. But as it stands now, well, let's keep hope alive and see if we can be able to come home with at least a consolatory medal or one or two medals. Because so far so good. I think some African countries that we least expected has won. Like Uganda has won a good medal.
Yeah.
South Africa has won a good. Yeah, so we just have to get something out of this Olympic. So far so good. I think it has not really been turning out the way we had envisaged it to come. But let us see hope that before the end of this Olympics, we still have something to show for it.
Okay, something to show for it. Now, Dan, we have we actually set a target. That the target was to surpass what we did at the Atlanta 1996 games, and now it's now looking after. Someone said that the level of preparation was not enough for these athletes. Some of these athletes actually did their own individual preparation, but they need a better preparation. 1 month was not really enough for these athletes to prepare themselves for the Paris Games. What is the way forward? Where are we heading to? How can we get it right? 33 sports, only 12. Okay. We went there as in to participate in.
Okay. And now let me look at it from the flip side of. Let me look at it from the flip side of it. The reality is this: we have always been this way, and we have always prepared this way. We went to the Commonwealth Games. All right. Yeah. And we came back with a lot of medals. And of course, everybody forgot that there was still the same fire brigade approach in adopting to see that we participate in the Commonwealth Games. We went to the African Games in Ghana. We performed well. So nobody actually talked about this. So it is each time we are not doing well, then everybody will not remember there was no proper preparation. So that, I don't really know. I have always been cracking my brain. Why is it that each time we don't do well, that is when we remember that we are not adequately prepared? But each time we go with the same mentality, same preparation, same approach, and we are by stroke of loss get the results, nobody cares about it. So the question is, there must be a holistic approach to our sport developmental programs. In as much as we do know that we have the talent alone cannot win medals for you. We need to really have a synergy between training, sponsorship, exposure, and competitions, not just only within the country, but outside the source of this country. If I might digress a little, let me be very specific. It's only one state in Nigeria, and that is Delta State, that have been churning out athletes for Nigeria. The question we should be asking ourselves, why Delta? Now we are seeing that 90% of the athletes that Nigeria has been representing Nigeria over time is coming from Delta. There is no magic. There is no magic wand there. The simple truth is that Delta State invests massively in youth programs. You go to Delta, they have what we call school athletic competition. We have intercollegiate athletic competitions. We have so many competitions happening. That is the same thing we want to see the Nigerian Athletic Federation and other key federations replicate at the national level. If that happens, the issue of preparation, of course, we're hearing this over and over again. Has it ever changed? And I doubt if it will ever change. But the question is, what is actually wrong with us? Why can't we put our acts together? Why must we always go to competition? Each time we don't perform well, that is when we remember there is no proper preparation. Each time we do well, nobody tells us that the preparation were haphazard.
Okay, the preparation were haphazard. Now let's look at we've graced about 3 finals thereabout. Shot put final, Chukwuebuka Enekwechi, we lost out. The 200 meters event, Favor Philly, congratulations to her despite finishing sixth. And then for the bronze medal fight, in wrestling, Blessing Oburududu lost that bronze medal fight yesterday. And already we have Brume, Justina Ochunogo, and Ruth Usoro, all of them qualifying for the long jump women's final. As we speak, Toby Amuson 100 meters hurdles has started. We still have other events, and we have Samuel Ogazi in the 400 meters men's final tonight. Where do you think we can get it? We've lost about 3 finals at these Paris Games.
Well, just like we're losing, we can as well win some too. So it's just like that. The fact remains that the athletes, nobody has qualified for the finals and wants to lose. But somehow. For instance, if you look at the 200 meters, it was star-studded lineup. where we had some of the best athletes in the world actually competing against themselves at that finals. And I wasn't surprised that we came a little short of expectation. Hopefully, of course, had very high expectation. You can see how she reacted after the loss. That is to tell you how much she had desperately wanted to win a medal for herself and more importantly for the country. Today, of course, our hope are actually hinging on Amusu. I pray and I hope that God on our side will really take her and propel her to the medals table, because it will be disastrous of immense proportion when we will say after all that we have spent in going to the Olympics, we didn't come back with any medal. My fear now is that like so far we have not been able to get any athlete who has been able to really finish, have a podium finish. When we begin to see athletes actually having those kind of podium finish, then it will inspire others. Now we are seeing near misses in wrestling. We are seeing that happening in what do you call it, in 200 meters. We are seeing that happening. Of course, we still have some hopes in 400 meters hurdles men, where Ezekiel Nathaniel is actually going to compete. So if he can make it to the final, let us hope that is another medal prospect. And also, of course, we are still banking on her to see that we get our first medal through her. There is canoeing coming up later today. So there are a lot of still medals, hope that we'll be able to at least pick up 1 or 2 medals before we leave the games.
Okay, for Samuel Ogazi, 400 meters final men tonight also, and breaking about 3 decades plus history, where Egbunike, that was in Seoul, Korea, 1988, was the last Nigerian to get to the 400 meters men's final. But this time around, Samuel Ogazi, a Kaduna grown, he grew up in Kaduna State. He left the shores of the country just last year, and now in the 400 meters final event of the Olympics. Tonight, we'll be looking at Samuel Ogazi making history for Nigeria. Definitely, maybe we can see him win gold, because he's talking tough that he's confident of getting a medal tonight.
I see him actually putting smiles on our faces, because these are the kind of opportunities some of these athletes have been looking forward to. And this is the biggest opportunity and the biggest stage of their careers. So everybody is doing all they can to see that whatever it will cost them to get to a podium finish, that will enhance their profile internationally. Of course, I see a lot of prospect in our athletes, but the truth of the matter is that this back and forth preparation, no preparation stuff, let us discard that for now. Concentrate on what is on ground. If there is any motivation that this athlete should be given at this point, let us try as much as possible to motivate them to high heavens, if there is anything like that, to ensure that they get something out of the Olympics. Because it will be, I don't really want to imagine what it will look like if we say we participate in the Olympics and with all the hypes we had going to the Olympics and we'll come back empty-handed. God forbid. Let me use the word God forbidding.
It's going to be a disastrous one if it actually turns out that way. But we are still hopeful. Canoeing, Ese Brume, Toby Amuson. We still have Samuel Ogazi tonight. We still have other events that are coming up. We are still hoping that the D Tigress will do us proud. Quarterfinal game tonight against the USA women. And quickly about the D Tigress, they've moved up 4 places in the power rankings. They are now ranked 8th in the power rankings after they moved from the 12th position, which is a good one, after beating 2 of the best teams in the world, number 3 team and the number 5 team in the world.
Rena Wakama, thumbs up for her. Nigerian Basketball Federation, thumbs up for them. And of course, generally, let's say the Nigerian Olympic Committee, and more importantly, the Ministry of Youth and Sport. I guess they were right on sport when they appointed her as the D Tigress coach. And of course, she has not really failed, winning the first Afro Basketball Championship for the first time for Nigeria since we started in 1966. That also goes to tell you that if you get the right people to man the right positions, we'll get the right results. That is just the truth. Okay. But again, coming against the Americans is quite a very handful one. Well, they said lightning does not strike twice, I hope. and I pray that it doesn't happen to us.
Okay, it doesn't happen to us. All right, we're looking at Team Nigeria. So far, so good. No medals yet for Team Nigeria. We've lost about 3 finals where we could have gotten a medal. We're still in there. We're expecting medals to come in. And definitely, like Dan said, it will not happen to us. God forbid. We will not just go to the Olympics, the 33rd Olympics event, and come back empty-handed. Team Nigeria, we must come back with 2 gold medals, and then other medals can follow. Silver, bronze, we are still hopeful of getting those medals. Like I said, 3 Nigerians in long jump final, and I can tell you, either 2 or the 3 of them might just sweep all of the medals in that event. See, gold, silver, and bronze. Who says we cannot do that? If the 3 of them can qualify for the finals, then the 3 of them also can pick the 3 medals available in that event. All right, let's leave the Olympics right now. Still talking about Olympics precisely before we look at other stories. Yes, this one I believe is going to hurt our AFN, and it's going to hurt some Nigerians because where we see prospects, we just neglect them and we let them go. Nigeria rejects, wins a silver medal in hammer for the United States of America. Dan, this was a lady that came for trials for the Tokyo 2020, and due to the negligence and then the way we run our administrators, the way they run things in this part of the world, letting this lady go, and she went straight back to the United States of America. She represented that country. Just yesterday, she won a silver medal in hammer throw for the United States of America. Her name is Echinwo Anite Nneka Echinwoke.
Okay. Is it surprising? I think it's not surprising to many of us in the sports circle. This is just a recurring decimal. It has happened over and over again. Whether in football, whether in other sports, it has keep on happening. There is this allegation against some sport administrators in Nigeria, which I don't want to repeat on air, but the fact still remains that we need to really be up and do it, because sometimes if you don't have anybody to push for you, to break into national team events are becoming so difficult. Things are not done strictly on merit basis, and if things are not done on merit basis, then you won't have the best to represent you. Of course, we saw how we lost Adebayo, who actually was clamoring to play for Nigeria some time ago. So many Nigerian players would have also wanted to play for Nigeria, but somehow the doors were shut against them. Here it is a classical example. You are even going too far. We saw the president of the Nigerian Wrestling Federation. We're talking of Daniel Agali, the current commissioner of sport in Bayelsa State, who became a gold medalist for Canada. How did it happen? He was here also, but somehow we lost him to Canada, and he went there and won the gold medal. I mean, it's like in Sydney Olympics, we have forgotten so soon that these things happened not too long ago. These things keep on happening because somebody somewhere is not doing his work. And like I said in the last show we had here, nobody is being sanctioned for doing the wrong thing. And so long as nobody is being punished or sanctioned for not living up to his billing, because if you are being paid from the public treasury, you are expected to be up and doing. And if you are not doing it, and nobody is calling you to account for what you are doing wrong, then of course the circle continues, and that is what we are seeing over and over and over again. If this woman had actually represented us, who knows, by now we wouldn't have been talking that we would have never had any gold medal or any medals at all on the Olympics. But here we are. Somebody who is a medal prospect, somehow, because maybe she doesn't have anybody to speak for her, people shut the door against her, and here it is now staring at us. The shame of those who actually shut the door against her.
And Neti Chikunwoke winning a silver medal, that is in hammer, for the United States of America. She was back here in 2020 during the Tokyo 2020 trials, and the AFN then did all what they know how to do, rejected her, but at the end of the day, after 4 years, she's now a silver medalist for another country instead of Nigeria. I think this is a hard lesson that we're going to learn. And if we continue with this trend, then we'll just see some of our athletes, footballers, and what have you, sportsmen and sportswomen representing other countries of the world. All right, let's leave Olympics now and come back home and quickly go straight to the Nigerian Women's Football League, that is NWFL, where Calabar, that is in Cross River State, has been named as a host city for the NWFL Championship 2024. The NWFL Championship, I think Obi Neka, that is the chairperson of the Nigerian Women's Football League, they are doing all they can to see how they can revamp and give a facelift to the Nigerian women's football. The NWFL Championship is for teams where they will play and promote to the main league.
Yeah, it's a good development, especially coming at this time where the Falcons, the Super Falcons. I mean, I keep on using the D-Tag because they're the team of the moment. Actually,
Yes,
it's making Nigeria so proud. So I think it's sticking to my head, actually. So I think I won't be wrong if I keep on mentioning them.
No problem.
The Super Falcons are actually having a very rough patches right now. And I think the results or the reasons are not far-fetched. We need to rejig that team. We need to reinforce new players and introduce new players to certain department of that team. Basically, these are perhaps the hunting grounds where we should go out and see if we can be able to get new talents or new budding talents that can be able to be infused into the team.
Okay.
Calabar, very serene environment. I think it's quite a nice place to play football. I hope that the organizers will also give the players and the participants all the necessary support so that they will put in their very best. In a situation where we have seen Atlanta, a total of about 16 teams actually have registered for
Yes,
this
of course.
or so. And my hello, you said?
Go ahead.
You were saying something?
Go ahead,
Okay.
Dan.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I was saying that a total of about 16 teams or thereabout have registered for this championship. And the interesting thing here is this: when you are seeing these teams, let there be sponsors for this team. I hope the Cross River State government will partner with the women league department so that they can be able to infuse some kind of funds into these teams, because it is not very encouraging. I've seen it happen over and over again. I don't want to mention a particular team that I'm very familiar with, which at some point actually was actually drafting me into their system. And this team was actually traveling at nights, with ladies traveling at nights to competition in Benin. And a lot of things happened on the way, and we just felt it was not right. So we don't want to see those kind of scenarios playing out. When these teams are traveling, let there be minimal comfort for the players so that when they get to the venue of the competition, they can be able to give their best.
Okay.
And of course, at the end of the championship, all participating teams should be given some kind of incentives to rebuild, because the most difficult league to run actually is the women league, because actually most sponsors are not really forthcoming to sponsor the women football in Nigeria, which is unfortunate development.
Okay,
and so I'm appealing, using this platform to appeal to not just the government or Cross River State government, to corporate Nigeria to equally stand a hand of fellowship to women football.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Dan. Let's quickly look at some transfers story on the show. But before we go, let's start with this La Liga, where Kelechi Iheanacho is set for La Liga Challenge. We know that Sevilla just signed him, and he will be playing in La Liga come next season. And let's go straight to another Nigerian in the German Bundesliga. I am ready to give 100% again. That is Victor Boniface, a player that won the Rookie Player of the Year award back-to-back in the German Bundesliga, and also the former Super Eagles captain William Strauss Ekong. The money is so tempting, he say he's set to join Al Hilal of Saudi Arabia from POK Salonika of Greece. And then the last one, Manchester United shows interest in Monaco midfielder Yusuf Fofana. Man, you continue to look for players to beef up their team. All right, that is where we'll be leaving it on the show. 360 Sports. Dan, thanks for joining me on the show all the way from Mina. It's good having you on 360 Sports.
Thank you so much for having me, and have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.
All right, that is it on the program. We wish all Team Nigerian athletes who are still in there the very best in their various events at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. I am Emmanuel Fashemi. Say thanks for watching.